This is map drawing 3, Greece. This is going to be one of the most challenging drawings you do, but you'll find it's also a lot of fun. Make sure that your paper is going this way, what we call portrait, and you'll need pencil and black pen and your eraser, and your most important drawing tool in this drawing is going to be your hand. Put your right hand in the middle of your paper. It has to be your right hand, can't be your left. Put it right in the middle. Spread your thumb apart a little bit. Make sure there's a little space after your index finger. These two go together, and then another little space like this. Now, even if you're right-handed, you'll be able to manage to do this with your left hand. Don't worry. What you want to do is between your thumb and your index finger, you want to draw kind of an egg shape. Sort of an oval, but it'll be a little bit pointy. And I'm just going around a couple times. I'm going very, very lightly though, just to kind of get my shape right. And then start on your oval right next to your index finger. Go up and over, down into that space a little bit, up and over these two, and down to where your pinky is, down to the base of your pinky, and then over. And that's your guideline. I'll make sure I'm going to go over it just a little bit to make sure you can see it, but your guidelines should be really, really light. Okay, the first thing we're going to draw is inside this oval. We're going to draw the Peloponnesian Peninsula. The Peloponnesian Peninsula looks like a spooky three-fingered hand with long fingernails. It's kind of a scary Halloween hand, sort of. The fingers are going down like this, and the thumb is going to kind of come up here. Now, start right here where you went up to draw your index finger, kind of right here at this point is where we're going to start. And we're going to go up and make the wrist. It's kind of flat, so we come across for the wrist. And then we're going to come down, and we're going to make a kind of go out to make the pinky finger. Come back in, make an arch. Go down and make the next finger, make sure it has a pointed fingernail, or a claw maybe it is. And this one also, nice and pointy. Go back up, and then we're going to make a thumb. It's got a bump on the bottom, maybe it's like a wart or something, kind of spooky thing. And almost back up to our starting point. Right here, but we're going to leave a little space. So this is a very important space here. It's going to be our connecting. It's going to connect onto land. Okay, let's draw around this in ink. Alright, so there we have the Peloponnesian Peninsula, and if you want to spell the word Peloponnesus, it is P-E-L-O-P-O-N-N-E-S-U-S. And there's a very important city right here between the first two fingers. You want to put a dot right here. This is the famous city of Sparta, where the warlike Greeks lived. Alright, let's go back to our pencil. And now we're going to draw another little peninsula here, where the Athenians live. This next little peninsula is going to look sort of like the back end of a crocodile or a dragon or something. And the back foot is going to be right here where it connects onto the peninsula. It can draw on just like a little foot here. And then the tail comes down like this. So tail. And then there's like 3 humps on the back. And then we're not going to see its head or its front foot. It's got its head in a cave or something. We're not going to see the front. We're just going to see the humps on the back and the tail. So you can draw the belly, but instead of drawing a front leg, we're just going to come right around like this, and it almost touches Peloponnesus here, like that. Okay, now let's draw it in pen so you can see a little better. This is the foot, the tail, round like this, the belly, it almost touches up like that. And right here, right on the base of the tail, is the city of Athens. And maybe you can write it over here. You can write it off, put the label into the water like that. I'm going to see if I can fit it right in here. Athens. But you can put the label wherever you want to. Alright, now let's finish this area. Come up around here. This is going to be like almost like a sleeve. This is the hand, the cut off hand. This is the sleeve that I got cut off from. And believe it or not, there's a few little islands right here. And you can make those islands into whatever you want. If you want to be a gruesome, spooky drawing, you can make those drops of blood where the hand got severed. Or if you want to make it a nice drawing, those can be buttons that came off the cuff of the sleeve. Put those in. And then kind of just make it wave up like that. Alright, let's go back over to where we left our front end of our little dragon-y crocodile creature over here. And we're going to go up towards this direction, but when we get just a little ways up here, we're going to put in a little hook. It's like an upside down hook thing. And then I'm going to keep drawing in pen here. I'm going to go up and over this way. And when we come down to this thing where we dip down between the fingers, we're going to imagine that it's a cow's udder. And you know how most cow's udders have 4 teats? Like when you milk the cow, they've got 4 little things they put on the cow. Well, this cow only has 3 because it's a very strange cow. So it's got 3 very skinny teats sticking off kind of to the right there. Back over here, you can kind of wave it around, make the coastline look like it's kind of wavy and natural. And then when we come in to this side, we're going to make a very skinny peninsula like this, and then kind of go off like that. This area is going to be a sea, so let's create the bottom of the sea. We come back on, make a very narrow little strip of water there like that. Come down here and back into our guideline. Make it wave a little bit, and there's a funny little Y-shaped peninsula here. And kind of like that. This area of land belongs to the country of Turkey, and Turkey also owns this top part like this. And all of this is owned by Greece. Okay, let's put an island in here, a couple of islands. The Aegean Sea has lots and lots of islands. And you don't have to worry about getting them exact because there's just so many. An important island is down here. I think it's fairly large. This is the island of Rhodes. R-H-O-D-E-S. And this is where one of the wonders of the ancient world was. Okay, one very important island over here we're going to make right above where Athens is. It's this squiggly kind of like a wormy, long, squiggly thing like that. And then we're just going to make some more, all kinds of little islands here. Lots and lots of islands. Now, while we're here, why don't we label this? This is called the Aegean Sea, and it's spelled A-E-G, and then E-A-N. So it's got A-E, and then E-A. All right, the largest island of all is down here, right below the hand. Make a little drip. Yes, it really is there. There is an island that looks like a drip coming from that finger, and you can make up any story you want about that. And then it's dripping onto the head of what I think looks like a Martian lying on his back. Now, of course, nobody really lives on Mars, but in the science fiction stories, people from Mars, they're always green and they have little antennae and things. So, right below here, make a little head, body, little leg like this. He's going to be lying on his back. His leg comes to about where these islands are, like that. His head's right below the drip. And he is going to have two little antennae, and he's very, very funny looking. He's got a bulbous nose. Looks like a ball on a stick. A little tiny chin. And then his body comes over like that. And he would have two legs, except that one got cut off because this is, once again, a rather strange, spooky drawing. So I made him have a little sawed-off leg. And then a real one with a foot. And then his back comes down like that, and over back into his head. And this is the island of Crete. C-R-E-T-E. Now if you want to label the C down here, this is the Medi, middle. Terra, earth. N-E-A-N. Mediterranean Sea. And this was the middle of the world for the people that lived in this area. The sea was the middle of their world. And if you'd like to know the name of this sea over here, it has a special name. It's called the Ionian Sea. I-O-N-I-A-N. And let's label this sea up here. It's also got a little bit of a strange name. It's called the Sea of Marmara. M-A-R-M-A-R-A. And right here, it's one more thing. Let's put a dot right here, and this is the ancient city of Troy, where the famous story of the Trojan horse took place. Now, some of these things seem very, very complicated to spell, but when you really look at them, there's little tricks. Aegean, A-E-E-A. Ionian, I-O-N-I-A-N. Mediterranean, it's Medi, Terra, Nean. And Marmara is M-A-R, M-A-R-A. So whenever you come to difficult words, look for little tricks that you can remember, the order of letters, or maybe it reminds you of something, and you'll have an easier time remembering how to spell them. Now I'm going to get rid of some of my pencil lines, and if you want to try to remember how to spell Peloponnesus, just remember there's two N's. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to do on my map. If you'd like to add more, like to check out more islands, you can get out your atlas and Add more islands if you wish, but I'm going to call my map finished.